I don't think that I even knew I was addicted until almost 2013 when I started to really look back on this experience and be like, what was really going on? I could play for hours and not even know that I was playing for hours. But this time I started to reflect on why was I so drawn to games. I just went from not gaming for 2 years to gaming 16 hours a day for 5 months, and it happened overnight. What is it about these games? In the 8th grade, that's definitely when things started to shift for me. School was no longer fun. I was being bullied every day at lunch hour. I was being bullied on my hockey teams. Kids would chase me around at lunch hour trying to put me in a garbage can. And so that was kind of school. On my hockey team, I was on the team bus, we were going back home. I was a high-level hockey player. And for an hour, a kid was spitting on me. I began to look for a safe place online. And so escaping into games, I could play for hours and hours and hours and not have to think about anything. I was able to see my progress in these games, and I had a lot of control. So online, I didn't really have to worry about someone bullying me because I could just block them. Gaming really consumed my entire life. I'd wake up and game, and between going to the bathroom and eating food, that was about it. So I went to school less and less and less, actually dropped out, not once but twice, never graduated, never went to college. So while all my friends were going off to college, I was at home playing video games up to 16 hours a day, and I was super depressed. The point when I knew I needed to make a change was the point where I wrote a suicide note. So as much as gaming allowed me to escape from dealing with my depression, as soon as I turned the game off, that reality was there again, and I needed to get some help. The only goal I knew I had at the time was I wanted to improve my social skills. And so what I decided to do was I quit gaming and I just started going out. I wanted to feel a greater sense of control over my social experience. So I brought a journal in my pocket, a little notebook, and I would go out every single night and I would meet people and I would write down the lessons I was learning. And eventually I started to share those lessons on a blog. In a blog post called How to Quit Playing Video Games Forever. And the article just blew up.
On today's episode, I share details about the 90-day no gaming detox.
And every day I was hearing from kids as young as 10, 11, 12, all the way up to 50 plus, and everything in between. That article turned into a TEDx talk.
For over 10 years, I was addicted to playing video games.
And that TEDx talk had a big response. I have a unique ability to be able to speak about the problem from my own experience and what's been able to help me move forward. And these are people who deserve help. And so we launched GameQuitters.com just over 2 years ago in January. And today we serve 20,000 members a month in 77 countries around the world.
Game Quitters is a community of gamers just like you who want to quit playing video games but struggle to.
I didn't realize I was addicted until I quit. At the time, I thought it was resting, relaxing. After I watched Cam's video, it's like, oh, this is not relaxing at all. And that's when I really started paying more attention to how I was using my time. And every now and then I would, talk about like, oh, I play too many games. Just know that gaming addiction can be just like alcohol addiction or whatever, right? Like gaming and alcohol, they're not bad by themselves. But I think as long as you're aware of the fact that gaming addiction is real, like seriously ask yourself, like, hey, is there a possibility that I have some addiction? I think the main thing is you have to replace those needs that gaming fulfills with more productive things.
A study out of CAMH found that 13% of students between grades 7 and 12 have a video game problem. 13% of students between those grades in Ontario is 100,000 students. What concerns me is that's one province in Canada of 9. So how many students is that across Canada? How many students is that across Canada and the US? How many students is that across Canada, the US, and the 75 other countries that we have members? Those are big numbers, and those are between grades 7 and 12. Our biggest demographic is college students. But right now, schools aren't even aware that it's a problem. We all have a crutch. We all have a vice. We all have unhealthy habits in some way, and that's okay. But it's about understanding why we do what we do, whether it's video games, porn, sex, drugs, alcohol, social media, Netflix, whatever it is. We all have that, but by getting to the root of what are the needs that is fulfilling for us, that's where we now have the power to align our behavior with our values and goals. And I believe the more we do that, not only the healthier and happier we will be, but the more productive we will be for society.
So if you're watching this, thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, peace.